All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Can you hear my background? Anyway, if you can, it's Yahoo Finance. If you can't, welcome to the world of finances with Durrell Maynard. I talk everything financial literacy. I talk finances. I talk how to grow, how to preserve, how to accumulate, how to protect. Listen, I know it's been a while since I've been on, taking care of, obviously, my clients. They mean more to me than YouTube. But I do, I am hoping, looking to build my fan base clients with you guys more. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump straight to it. A lot of Americans, excuse me, have a shortfall for retirement. They don't know what they need to, how much income they need to have coming in for retirement. They don't know what that number looks like. They don't know where they are, and they don't know what it's going to take for them to get there. Let me just give you a few secrets. Within your annual income, if you're bringing home $100,000 a year, 20% of that $100,000 needs to go into a savings account. It needs to go into, when I say savings account, I don't mean checkings or Wells Fargo or Capital One. I mean, it needs to work for you in a savings vehicle that will grow over time. I see too many mistakes where people leave long-term growth assets into short-term vehicles, meaning money market vehicles, right? CDs, T-notes, right? Uh, American deposit receipts, commercial papers. All of these financial instruments have literally a year or less of maturity. So the difference between short-term growth and long-term growth, that middle is called opportunity cost. Okay? It's costing you the opportunity to make that long-term growth, accumulate long-term wealth. Now, numbers. Here's where numbers come in at. 20%. Here's a number I want you to get and stick to your head. 20%. Whatever you make annually, if you make $50,000 annually, that's $10,000. If you make $100,000 annually, that's $20,000. If you make $200,000 annually, that's $40,000. You need to save 20% of your annual income. All right, guys. Now, I see again a lot of incidents where people don't really utilize the correct vehicles for this long-term growth opportunity. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, the difference in what that's called is opportunity cost. Now, 50% of your income can be your discretionary, things that you need to pay, right? Like your rent, bills, stuff. 30% can be your wants, like whatever you want, and you can sacrifice even with that, right? If you don't want anything, if you're not high maintenance, if you don't have a big lifestyle, then you can even make it 20% wants, and you can make it 30% savings, okay? That equals 100%. All right, guys? So with that being said, if you have 10% into a long-term vehicle that can grow over time, brilliant. You only need 3 to 6 months, 9 months maximum of liquidity into your savings account for emergency expenses. Okay, you don't need 4 years, 5 years of savings in your checkings account because that money is not working for you, it's working against you. Real quick, I don't know if you guys know how banks work, but banks don't work for us, they work against us. Meaning, when you leave money in the bank, they don't keep your money in the reserve because they have millions of it regardless from the federal from the federal government that give them, Federal Reserve, that give them those funds, that give them funds whenever they need. So what they do with your money is they loan it out to other people. They give your money away. Okay, it's a $250,000 FDIC limit on our funds. So anything that we can't have more than $250,000 in there that isn't protected. right? So with that being said, we need to be mindful and start to become our own bank. Literally, we can become our own bank. Okay? And what I mean by that is have money inside of life insurance policies where we can loan ourselves money, pay off this, buy this real estate, buy it, pay it off, sell it, put the money back. Okay? That interest rate that you're paying for your own money when you loan it back and forth to yourself is way lower than what the banks or what the credit union will charge you. Okay? And not to mention, you're not growing your own wealth. Okay? So when we leave it in the bank. So make your money work for you and not against you. If you want to learn more, shoot me a message, click on my links, find out my email. I'm on social media, as you can see there, LinkedIn. Shoot me a message. We can schedule a complimentary consultation, and I'll give you what your retirement numbers, where you need to be, where are you, what it's going to take for you to get to where you need to be. Or we can go over saving strategies, that 20% concept that I talked about, or any other needs that is on your mind, okay? Grow, protect, preserve income. Shout out to you guys. Talk to you later.